Alright, we'll sit there and watch you.
My fan club.
Get her done. Back to work, no more breaks. It's only 93 degrees.
Serious?
Hot.
Feels like it. Hey.
Oh, it's got to be outside.
So these are the things I've learned while learned from others about gardening that I'd like to share with you. The single biggest thing I think was from a seasoned CSA organic farm instructor at MSU, and she said that if you plan on a 30% loss, then you will end up with what you need. If not, if you don't lose that much, then you'll have extra to share, and if you do, you won't be too upset about it. So what I mean is loss to bugs, drought, rot, disease, things like that, pests on deer, rabbits. Anyway, so that's was a breakthrough for me. Instead of struggling and getting mad when things didn't work out or bugs were eating my plants, I just plant more than is necessary to sacrifice for that. Something I've learned from permaculture farming and books is to have flowers in your garden for pollinators and leave weeds as like sacrifice areas for bugs. They want to eat things, and if you take all the weeds out of your garden, then they're going to eat your garden, of course. But if you've got some weeds that they like, and also for shading things, sometimes if you have an area and you want it to be shaded to keep the moisture in, sometimes you could leave some weeds. Another thing I feel is really important is the power of mulch. On drought years, it's been a lifesaver for our garden and also landscaping, that just to have mulch keeping the moisture, especially since our soil is really sandy. So, and then young plants as well. The only downside to that is it draws slugs, and then it breaks down into nutrients for your garden as well. So I think mulch is super important. I've also learned about diversity, not to put all one crop in one place and switch them around from year to year, which I suppose I knew that, but just planting where you can instead of saying you can't because you don't have a 30 by 20 piece of land tilled up. I've just learned to be creative as to where I can plant things because we have limited sun area here, and a drain field in the perfect garden spot. I think probably the last thing I'll have on here is that I'm learning is about saving seeds. My friend that lives the road over gave me some tomato plants that she'd been saving seeds off her property for a long time, of heirloom tomatoes, I think, and they grew the best any tomatoes I've ever grown here. And I think it's because they've been produced in the soil and conditions of our area, so they did really well. So something that I've been really trying to do more of is save seeds so that we get the right plants for this area and growing conditions. And I think over time that will help the garden not be so much work for the production we need. It's also kind of fun too as a challenge. I saved a lot of seeds this year, and I had only saved beans and things like that a couple of times before. So it was neat to learn about that, and also the kids learn about it too. Pardon my overheatedness, and it's 90 degrees out here, but Kevin had the day off since it's the 4th of July, so I tried to get out here early, but still didn't make too much of a difference. about the 5 things that I've learned that I think are really lessons I wouldn't have learned had I not been watching YouTube, reading gardening books, looking up questions as I go along, because although I've gardened for over 20 years, I don't really know what I'm doing, and so it's a learning process, I'm sure, for everyone, even people that do know more than me. So anyways, I thought I'd share these things with you, and hopefully that if you have any gardening lessons that you've learned that you'd like to share in the comments, I'd love to hear them. Thanks.
I'm trying to kill the creeping Charlie.
Alright, I hope you can see this alright. Just go in here and kind of scoop up the wood chips on the top of it. And kind of shake it through. Loosen up those roots on a hot day and leave it to die. So you see, I can do it better when I'm not holding the camera, but, and then that should go up and die in the sun today.